Hi guys, we're doing something a little bit different today. Gonna have a lot of fun with it. In case you're new here, or maybe you just forgot, let me go ahead and introduce you to me. I'm Kiera, and this is my studio. And today we will be doing Posca Pen drawings, but not just any Posca Pen drawings. We're gonna go ahead and do some fan art. In fact, I wanted to go ahead and let this be the first video to introduce a series that I'm going to call Fan Art Friday. Fan Art Friday will be one Friday out of every month, and on that one random Friday, I'm going to go ahead and allow myself to draw some fan art. Now I say allow because I love fan art, but I definitely feel weird sometimes drawing it because I don't want to get known off of another artist's work. Do you get my drift? You feel what I'm saying here? So it's like I want to do it, but just not too much. So I think I'll limit myself to once a month. I think that's pretty healthy. What do you think? I think it's a swell idea, if I do say so myself. Now, at first when I came up with the idea, I thought it was going to be every first Friday of each month, but then I just decided not to give myself some stipulations. You know, basically any Friday I'll upload a video, you know, whenever I see fit, or I have some extra time on my hands. So if you want to make sure you're here for the next Fan Art Friday, then make sure you're subscribed and you click that little bell so you can be notified of every video that I put out. In case you've been living under a rock and you don't know what I'm drawing right now, I'll go ahead and tell you that I'm drawing characters from My Hero Academia, which, if you don't know, is a very popular anime right now, and rightfully so. It kind of gives me that Naruto, I'm gonna be the best vibes, you know? Definitely a lot of characters, but a lot of lovable characters. If you loved Naruto, then I'm pretty sure you're going to love this anime, so go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. I know you guys say, nope, Kiara, last time you recommended a cartoon or an anime to us, you basically got turned off. And I know you're talking about Steven Universe. But no, I still love Steven Universe, okay? I just didn't like where they took the story with a character. But that doesn't mean that I can't enjoy it still. You know, I can dislike a route that you took, but still enjoy the journey, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, back to the point. All the characters in this anime are awesome. I love every single one of them. Even the bad guys are pretty cool or have cool, like, designs. And even characters that I'm not necessarily a fan of, if someone were to tell me, oh yeah, I'm a fan of this character in My Hero Academia, I would be like, oh yeah, I can see why. Because they're all cool. All the characters have some depth, you know. I can tell that even though there's so many different characters, that the writers, they still wanted to give some backstory, give some meat and potatoes to all the characters, which I quite enjoy. I can appreciate that. But if you were going to ask me what character I would choose as my favorite, I'd probably have to look at you sideways, because the characters are like potato chips. You can't have just one, like you really can't. I love them all. Of course, I like Deku, and that's who I'm drawing right now. Of course, he's the protagonist, and he's very determined. Like, his determination points are unmatched. move over, Undertale, because y'all determination ain't got nothing on this kid's determination. And then there's Kachan, which is just like, oh, you little angry meatball. He's so angry all the time for no reason, but then he still has heart. Like, he's low-key slightly annoying because he's so mad all the time. Like, stop being so mad. But then you just learn to love him because you know he's got a good heart still. And oh, that's my baby boy. I mean that as my son. Then there's All Might, who I believe everybody's story is wrapped around, and rightfully so. All Might is like the perfect role model. He's like Superman, you know, he doesn't really want to kill people, you know, he would rather punish you by throwing you in jail, but I mean, he'll do what he has to do. And to me, he's like the perfect father figure. And I think that's why I latched on to him. You know, I didn't really grow up with the best father figures. But in the words of Drake, boo-hoo, sad story. Black American dad story. You know, even though my fathers weren't there as I would like them to, then I have my anime fathers. And that's why I really like All Might, because he was just the perfect figure for a man, like what a responsible man should be. And I love him for that. I will always have a special place in my heart for All Might. But honestly, I could give you reasons as to why all the characters would make as awesome characters to fangirl over. Have you watched My Hero Academia? If so, what character is your favorite character? Make sure you go ahead and leave that comment below so we can fangirl it up or fanboy it up. Ain't nothing wrong. Trust me, guys, there's nothing wrong with being a fanboy. It's cool, it's alright, there's no judgment here. Now, I know you must be noticing that I'm switching often between Deku and All Might, and you're probably wondering why. Well, that's because I'm using a different paper than the first time that I tried. What are these called? Posca pens. I'm using Yupo paper, actually, and I thought it would be a great pair because Yupo paper kind of has this plastic film on it. It doesn't feel like paper to me. It feels like plastic. And I've ranted about this before. But, you know, it pairs perfectly with these types of markers because the Yupo paper won't get eaten up by the Posca pens with their paint like other papers did. And if you are wondering what I'm talking about, then you just go ahead and check out my other Posca Pen video, which can be found right here in the upper right hand corner. So the upside to this paper is that it's not gonna be eaten up by these Posca pens, but it will make the Posca pens take forever to dry, and I didn't want them to bleed or blend into each other, so I kind of just did certain sections and then came back and filled in the black later because I didn't want the black to blend into all the other colors because that would have been muddy and not cute at all. After I finished these illustrations, I just cut them out and turn them into some cheap stickers that I can just give away for cute little freebies to either my pen pals or people who commission me to do artwork. You know, something just quick and free and nice to say, "Aw, thanks, I appreciate you." What would you like me to make on the next Fan Art Friday? Leave your comments below. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!
And now it's just like, man, you gotta have that time where you just like disconnect from the scene, just the race. Like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, you know? But you have to step away from it